Welcome to the historic Inner Harbor of Baltimore, Maryland. Just a stone's throw away, you find M&T Bank Stadium, the home of the Ravens. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Baltimore Ravens. A welcome to you, Mike Tirico, along with Greg Olson. Chase McLaughlin set to get it started. Off we go here in Baltimore.
T-Ren, I'm gonna go. Ren! Return. Go. Hey, report! Report! Hey, shot! Hey!
Out of the gun, they'll throw to get things going. Taking off. Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. A sigh of relief there. That was very nearly a turnover. Fortunate to see that one, Greg, get fumbled out of bounds.
And when that ball came loose, Mike, you could see the entire sideline kind of holds their breath. But they were able to take a little bit of an exhale as they saw that ball, fortunately for them, go out of bounds.
Second down. Jackson out to his right. That'll be taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. That is incomplete. Throw took him out of bounds, and it will be third down.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. On fourth down, they snap it to Jackson. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on fourth and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Coaches love to come out early in the game and establish a very aggressive approach. But I'm just not sure, Mike, if at this point in the game they needed to make this decision. I'm going to be very curious to see, does this come back later in the game to bite them?
Right to the air, it's Mayfield. He finds Mr. Reliable, Mike Evans.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd and 5. Open receiver is Emeka Egbuka. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They'll get 19 out of that play. Good for a Buccaneers first down. Off the RPO, this is out to Evans. And he'll be forced out of bounds just a couple of yards short of the first down. That's a pickup of 8.
Down at the 10-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Here's 2nd and 2. Out of the shotgun, Mayfield. Godwin working the right side. And he will get into the end zone. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Tampa. That his second TD catch of the season. On is Chase McLaughlin for the extra point. He's got it. And the Buccaneers will take a 7-0 lead.
Buccaneers 7, Ravens nothing. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Hey, middle.
A first down throw for Jackson. He's got his tight end, Mark Andrews. And it'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, Jackson. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. That's the first grab of the game for the man leading the entire league in receptions coming into the weekend. He gets his team a first down. Jackson now to throw on first down. Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the Bucs 5-yard line.
On the ground, here's Keaton Mitchell. A second effort, and he is in. Keaton Mitchell. Touchdown, Baltimore. Touchdown number 9 for the year. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. This will be returned from the 2. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. Outright catch made. That's Ibuka. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback?
Rolling right. He'll tuck it and take off. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
1st and 10.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. Emeka Egbuka, the intended receiver. Third down coming up.
Protecting the ball anytime you throw the ball in the middle of the field is obviously critical, right? That's where tip passes, that's where all sorts of stuff happens when you put the ball in harm's way. But you also have to protect your receivers. There's a bit of a trust back and forth with the receiver saying, hey, I'm willing to go across the middle and compete for the ball. But now you're my eyes. You have to protect me and make sure that the location of the ball doesn't run me into a big hit.
And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
It's now fourth down.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield. So that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on fourth down. Throwing is Baker. He's got a man. That's the tight end, Otten. And he is going to have a Bucs first down as this defense can't come up with the play they needed. They surrender a gain of 17 on fourth down.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Baker to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
Sometimes it's those footsteps. I don't care how long you've been playing or at what level you've been playing at. When that defender's bearing down, you really get a good idea of what guys are willing to go through contact to secure a catch, and in this case, what guys are unwilling.
This is Carter 2. Looking for the pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line. They get 14 yards and set up first and goal. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. On to the second, Buccaneers in possession of the football as they come up now, second and goal. Now this looks like a design run. He will do it himself. He's in. Baker Mayfield. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. His second TD of the game, and this one gives his team the lead. McLaughlin, good on the extra point. And the Bucs will move out to a 14-7 lead. Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's first and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. That one's complete. It's Keaton Mitchell. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
To the right side, that's St. Brown. The tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Just a really good play design that time, Mike, from the offensive coordinator. They match up one of the most explosive playmakers in the NFL with a hook curl defender, and he's just not able to match up with one of the best route runners in the league. I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked, and with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Hey, Alf, it's hot. Report.
To the air one more time with Jackson. That's downfield, and he's got Andrews, his tight end. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
That's another Baltimore first down. First and goal.
Again, it's Jackson. To the outside, that's St. Brown. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
Brings up second and goal.
Hey,
The 1
report.
yard line.
Report. Sit up.
Mitchell trying to find a crease in that mass of humanity, but he's going to come up short.
Shy of the goal line.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. Second and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it third and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Peyton Mitchell. Touchdown, Ravens. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. The extra point is up and through. And the Ravens will tie things up. We are all even at 14.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
We are all square, 14 apiece the score as this one's away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Kings. Regular.
That's over the middle and caught by Ibuka. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
On first and 10, here's Baker. Short throw there, pulled in by Evans. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. That is sweet. Gain of 16 on back-to-back plays. And another first down.
And the Buccaneer first down.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Throwing is Mayfield. Get this complete, right side to Otten. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Brings up second and 2 at the Ravens' 32-yard line.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second down and 2.
Point it right.
To throw is Mayfield. He's got the connection there to Ibuka. And And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
They hook up again, second time on this drive, and this one's good for 18 yards and a first down.
10 at the 15-yard line.
Watch out!
On the handoff, it's Irvin. And he's going to be taken down as we hit 2-minute warning here in this first half.
Taken down at the 10-yard
Now the
line.
Ravens use their first timeout, and they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Set. 180. Watch out!
Mayfield. That is caught side of the end zone. Emeka Egbuka. Touchdown Buccaneers.
Touchdown,
And what a
Buccaneers.
fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
Chase McLaughlin to kick off for the Buccaneers.
Here's McLaughlin now. After the score, he'll kick this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Throw it! Look! All right. 180. Hey, middle. Sit up!
On first and 10, Jackson. Flush to his right. So hard to get a shot on Jackson. Gave himself up there after picking up the first down.
You can see here, Mike, the impact that sending your receivers deep does to the defense. You add so many layers, and the defense has to get so much depth in their pass coverage. It leaves a lot of room underneath, and that's exactly what the quarterback takes advantage. Tucks the ball down, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
A gain of 15 yards.
His fifth catch of the afternoon. Good for a first down.
First down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10.
180. Report!
To throw is Jackson. Is caught left side by St. Brown.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And it looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Have to get this to the 20. Here's third down.
What? 180.
Jackson. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
Middle. 180. Right shot.
Now, Jackson. And he's going to be hit and taken down. They got him with a big-time rush that leads to a turnover on down.
So the key to this fourth down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, You shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge fourth down stop.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. Now whistles. Timeout. 3 seconds left in this first half. Mayfield to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Bucky Irving. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
Their own 31-yard line.
On 1st down is Mayfield. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
On 2nd down, Baker. That's his tight end, Otten. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It's a gain of 10 yards. It's a 1st down for Tampa Bay.
It's a gain of 10.
We'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up 2nd down.
Hey, alert 33.
Out of the shotgun, Mayfield will swing this out wide to Irving. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Buccaneers 1st down.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. And what does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
That's another 1st down, another big play. The defense has some issues. Gain of 18.
A gain of 18 on the play.
From the gun, it's Mayfield. A pass pulled in by Irving. And they're in business now. He is out of bounds inside the 10. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch, and
He's got his big tight end, Cade Otton. Touchdown, Tampa.
you can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
You at X. You at X. No, we support. Hey!
A first down throw for Jackson. Forced to his right. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. What a way to kick off a drive. That's a gain of 30 and another first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Middle.
Jackson now to throw on first down. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Yaya Diaby. He gets in to record his second sack of the game, number 4 on the season. Flush to his right. That's deep for the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete. Amon-Ra St. Brown, the receiver he was trying to target. And it'll be third down.
Middle.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. Throw on the run is complete. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. Fourth down. Jackson. He's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to have the Ravens first down. It's a gain of 12 on fourth down.
First and 10.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
There's a short one caught by Andrews. And he's in. Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. Luke now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Ravens are back to within 7. It's 28-21.
Ravens 21.
Now, after the touchdown, Luke is back out to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
On the ground, it's Irvin. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
Mayfield to throw it here on first down. He's across midfield. And they will bring this into the red zone. Big connection inside the 20. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. 42 yards.
So it's man coverage, Mike. You have to keep track of who your responsibility is. And in this case, he just drops him. He's wide open. Short throws turn into long runs, and they're inside the red zone.
Regular. Pistol. Run. Stop.
Here's Mayfield. That is caught in the middle of the end zone. Mike Evans. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. On comes McLaughlin to add the PAT. His kick is good. And the Buccaneers will extend this third quarter lead.
Ravens 21. Chase McLaughlin to kick off for
Here's
the
McLaughlin
Buccaneers.
now. After the score, he'll kick this one away.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Hey, report. 180. Get up. Get up. You at X. Get up.
From the gun, Jackson. Moving to his right. Oh, a waffle throw there. Back across the field, but it's still a completion.
Quick, ready?
Ball on the 39. Here's second and 6.
13.
Now Jackson. That's to the middle of the field and caught by Walker. And he's going to have a first down as he's taken down on what is the final play of this third quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's first and 10.
Sit on. Hey, middle. 180.
Now it's Jackson. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. He was trying to get that to Tez Walker. It's second down.
To second and 10.
Go.
Again, it's Jackson. This one complete downfield to Walker. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
That's good.
On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10.
14-yard line.
To the air one more time with Jackson. That is caught by the tight end, Mark Andrews. Touchdown, Baltimore. So that's his second touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year. And now they'll go with the more popular of late analytics-driven decision, down 8, going for 2. To the end zone, it's intercepted. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
31-yard line.
They'll run it. It's Irvin. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
So often when it comes to safeties, Mike, we talk about their speed and their range. But for him to be able to come up and make a tackle and be physical at the point of attack and keep this ball carrier to no gain, that's pretty impressive.
Throwing on second down, Mayfield. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So, I know the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Mayfield. That's caught. It's Evans. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line.
21 yards.
6 catches for him in the ball game now. And this one's good for a first down.
First and 10 at the
So they come to the line for first down and 10. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4.
No name out of PK on the stop. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5. At the
2nd and 5.
39-yard line.
Hey, alert 33. Watch out.
Off the RPO, this is out to Evans. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a first down.
Another Buccaneers first down. It's a gain of 10.
Give. This is Irvin. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. Give him 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. 4th quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
So, not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close.
180. Watch out.
He'll go again here with Irvin. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
So these situations, Mike, are always very tricky for a play caller. Of course you want to keep the clock moving. You're just trying to run the game out and maintain this lead. But you also don't want to become overly predictable. So with the defense just selling out to stop the run, I think they have to mix in a few high completion percentage passes to just at least keep them off balance.
Whistles here and a timeout. Defense going to take this one with 1:51 to go. They send Godwin in motion.
Watch out.
This one just too far for the receiver. Out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. He was trying to fit that one in to Mike Evans. And now it's 4th and goal. So we get to a pressure kick. And here's Chase McLaughlin. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. McLaughlin hit the field goal a moment ago, and now he's back to kick this away.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll drop to throw. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jacob Parrish.